So buddy, Swat Jim, before we get started with today's review, I just want to say that this is my 300th video I've made on YouTube. I think I've done over 200 videos in this house I'm in currently. I just can't believe I've done that many videos. Honestly, doesn't feel like I've done that many. And my time on YouTube has honestly feel like it's gone really, really quick for me. As I started this channel, I don't know, I think it was like 2017, 2018. I think it was 2017, late 2017. So I've had this channel for quite a while now. But honestly, that doesn't really feel like that long. And I appreciate all of you subscribing to me, and I would appreciate it even more if you're to still subscribe after day one of a YouTube channel. Let me know in the comment section below whether you've been subscribing to me since day one, or whenever you've subscribed to me. But either way, I appreciate you subscribing to me. And now let's get started with the review for Horizon Zero Dawn plus the Frozen Wilds DLC. So we bought this game back because it was free on the PlayStation Store at the time. I'm not sure if it's free there anymore. I don't think it is. It was amazing to be back on the game as I had missed it, and it brought back some nostalgia as well. We sell a lot of our video games to buy other video games. So basically, when we sell a game, we get that money and we put it towards the next video game we play. But as of late, I've been keeping a lot of my video games, and this is definitely one I'm going to be keeping because I got it free in the PlayStation Store, and it was just great to get this game back again. And we'll start off with the good and the bad and the verdict for the main game. This won't be too in-depth of a review for the main game since I've not played that one for a while. So it's going to be more in-depth when it comes to DLC, but I'll be doing a brief short review for the main game of Horizon Zero Dawn. So for the good, I think the gameplay is perfect. I can't fault it. I think it's absolutely amazing. The action's done really, really great as well. The main missions are really, really fun. The side missions are fun as well, although they can get repetitive. The main missions can get slightly repetitive, but I felt like the side missions were a bit more repetitive than the main missions for me. I also thought that the machines, which were the enemies you fight in the game, are unique and quite amazing to look at. I also think that the graphics are some of the best I've seen in any video game. I think they're absolutely breathtaking. There's also skills and upgrades and outfits for the character you play as. But we'll talk about the character in just a moment. I think the story for the game is nothing amazing or anything. I just think the story is quite good. I didn't really follow it 100%, and maybe that's why I don't think it's an amazing story, because, to be honest, I can't 100% remember what the story was. So, and I just found it a bit of a confusing, complicated story for my liking, but I still do quite like it, though. I think the music's absolutely amazing for the game. So is the sound design, and it's some of the best I've ever heard in a video game for the sound design. I think the characters are really, really great, especially with Aloy, played by Ashley Birch, one of my favourite voice actors. She does an amazing performance for Aloy. She does just such a fantastic performance with her, and you can definitely tell she's having fun playing that character as well. That's really what I'm going to say for the good. For the bad, it can be too hard at times, and there are tough boss fights, and some of them are really difficult to get done. One of them took us, I think, a couple of days to get done. The story could have been slightly better. Maybe less confusing or less complicated. But as far as a verdict's concerned, I recommend this game for people who like action games and for people who like adventure games as well. And I'd rate this game a 9 out of 10, and is in my top 15 games of all time. I absolutely love it. But now we'll talk about the Frozen Wilds DLC. So for this DLC, I've not actually 100% completed it yet. I'm very, very close to doing so, though. I don't think I will get 100% because some of the collectibles are just too difficult to find. I don't want to be spending that many hours looking for them. But for the action, I thought it was done rather well in the DLC, just as great as it is for the main game as well, as far as I can remember. The story is quite good. Still found it a bit confusing, still a bit complicated, but I still do quite like it. There are also new machines, which is great to see. It's great to see not just reusing the same machines from the main game. There's also a new biome that you're in, and It's got a very Christmassy feel to it, and I do absolutely love that about it. It just, I just think it just makes the game look amazing with this new biome. I think the new characters are really good inclusions. The main missions are done rather well, just as well as the main missions in the Horizon Zero Dawn. I think these DLC main missions are just as amazing as the main missions in Horizon Zero Dawn. I just had an absolute blast playing, but all the main missions in this game, although a couple of them can get repetitive. I think the side missions are better here as well. As far as the bad's concerned for this DLC, the scenery is beautiful to look at, but it can get a little bit redundant after a while, and it can get just a little bit repetitive. But it is just a beautiful map nonetheless. Though, I think it's hard at the beginning of the DLC, but it got easier as it went along for me and my dad, who we both played this game. And it could be because we haven't been in the game for over 4 years, so maybe that's got to do with it. But I recommend this DLC for people who like Horizon Zero Dawn to go ahead and pick this one up. I didn't have as much fun of it as did in the main story, but I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we mentioned about the DLC. I don't really know, but it's definitely one of the better DLCs I have played. I had an absolute blast playing the DLC. I don't really think there's too much to really talk about. Other than that, I thought there'd be a lot more to talk about from the DLC, but I don't really think there's too much else to really mention. I had an absolutely enjoyable time with the main game of Horizon Zero Dawn and for the Frozen Wilds DLC as well. You let me know what your thoughts are on the main game of Horizon Zero Dawn and for the Frozen Wilds DLC in the comment section below. But no spoilers, as it is an unspoiler review, and it's my 300th video. And to celebrate, I feel like this was a good video to do it for. This is probably going to be my last game review I do for this year as well. This is my first year of actually, no, I did the video game reviews late last year, but this has been my first full year of doing them. I've enjoyed doing game reviews. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, ciao.